So this spinal movement is basically flexion and extension. Flexion is where the spine curls up into its primary curve, and extension is where we open it up. And that really goes with an inhale. So the exhale and the inhale are working with this general movement of spinal closure, the flexion, and the inhale. Now, when we're doing this, we need to relax the jaw, of course. Masseter, these big muscles here, are all soft and relaxed, and this is facilitated by putting a tongue behind the top teeth. Yeah, so we get that in place. Make sure this is all relaxed. So we've got this inhale, which is this great big extension, and you can lift the head and open up here, and the exhale, closing in. The arms can follow the spine, so the arms could be moving here, they could be on the lap. Yeah? And you can play with that movement. You can enhance it by bringing it out, which we'll do in a minute. When we're doing this, we're going to be working the pelvic floor as well. So I think on the flexion, you're going to be squeezing the pelvic floor up here, yeah, and opening the back of the neck. So getting into the cranio and sacral pumps here by squeezing up the pelvic floor, and you'll feel the whole of the pelvic floor drawing in the back and slightly up, yeah, and then curling the neck up. And then inhale. Opening up, exhale. You can vary the speed. You can make it faster or slower. Yeah, if you want to go for really full breath, then it's probably going to be that little bit slower. I recommend doing that for 5 to 10 minutes like that. Really get into it and see where it takes you. And of course, it's super important when we do a practice like this, because there is so much carbon dioxide being blown off out of the blood, that we do a breath hold to finish. So any practice where we're doing a thing which removes carbon dioxide from the blood, we want to come into a breath hold, into the intermittent hypoxia of that, and rebuild those carbon dioxide levels through holding the breath. That also gives us a powerful energetic containment to the psycho-emotional experience of breathing like that, which is going to take you into interesting places. All right, so we're going to do a breath hold. In fact, we're going to do 2 breath holds. We're going to do the out breath hold first, and then the in breath hold. Now, the out breath hold with Bandha. Now, you've done this already in the previous courses, yeah? But we'll do a recap. So you're going to be pushing the breath out the body, squeezing all the breath out of the body, pulling the pelvic floor up, tummy in, opening these ribs up, stretching the diaphragm, lengthening the back of the neck, curling. Remember the 3 elements of this was the length, the snaky length, the curl, and the tuck. Snaky length, curl, and tuck. When you release the breath, you've got three considerations, 3 elements to pay attention to. Okay, so when you're releasing a breath hold, the first thing is to release any muscles that you're working with. That's the release. The second is the conscious relaxation, which goes with a smile. You have to smile. Yeah? And the third element is the conscious inhale through the nostrils. So those are the elements of the breath hold release, which are really important. Remember, because they're training your brain. So we're going to do this together now. Do what feels right with your arms. I like mine down. Sometimes they move. I would just let it be intuitive. Don't force it. Don't make your arms move, because that's a conscious interaction. It just gets in the way of the breath a little bit, okay? So breath in. And just keep going, keep going. Every curl, you're squeezing the pelvic floor up, opening up the throat here. Breath out. It can be nice to twist the spine in this so you can get the feeling of and you finish with a breath hold, pushing the breath out, squeezing the pelvic floor up, tummy in, sitting tall, open these ribs up. Release the muscles, smile, conscious in-breath. Another out-breath, and in-breath. Hold the breath this time. Release the muscles, smile, conscious exhale. I use different tongue positions in this as well. So in that one I was using a tongue position with the tongue placed right up on the cerebral point at the top of the palate. I also sometimes use pumping of the pelvic floor when I'm doing the breath hold. So you can explore that as well and see how that feels for your system. Check it out. Yeah. So get that feeling of energization through the whole spine as you're holding the breath. And that out breath hold generates an upward experience of energy, the anti-gravity experience. Yeah. And the in-breath hold is very much centering, containing, holding, and expanding. Great. So that's the spinal wave, very strong, very beautiful practice. You can do it for 10, 15 minutes, sometimes even longer if you get very familiar with it. Now, I recommend training your nose to breathe through the nose in this and not through the mouth. It's much more powerful. So enjoy that one.